Hey everybody, this is Ryan Mallory with Swing Trade in the Stock Market. And we got a lot of craziness going on these days with Dogecoin, don't we? We're going to talk about that. Should you be buying it? Should you buy Dogecoin at the current prices? Should you wait for a pullback or should you just avoid it altogether? We're going to get into that and more. But for a little bit of a background on Dogecoin, this was something that was started as a joke. You had all of these altcoins coming out. They were trying to battle for supremacy with Bitcoin. They were coming out. They were saying this is going to be the next $1 zillion Bitcoin. Okay, this is the next thing. So you had all these things coming out at the time. They were all trying to go mainstream. And these two guys, Jackson Palmer and Bill Marcus, come out with Dogecoin. And what they did with that is they were essentially just setting it up to kind of make fun of all these other existing altcoins trying hard to become relevant. And at that time, they chose this dog that was the face of a very popular meme, and they made that the face of their coin. Not thinking anything would ever come of it, all of a sudden this thing has now become a multi-billion-dollar coin. Some estimating as high as $55 billion. And so you got everybody piling into this thing. They're all excited. They're saying, hey, it's at 30 cents right now. It's going all the way up to $1. When will it get to $1? And the thing is about Dogecoin, it may see it. I'd be shocked if it does. But who knows when you get these phenomenons, how high they can go. But in the grand scheme of things, it's a pump and dump. There's people that are looking to hold it for over a year because they don't want to pay long-term taxes. That would be the least of my worries, honestly. And this isn't any financial advice, but there's no way I would hold that thing for a year. You're setting up for an incredible letdown if you do that, because there is a lot that can go wrong in a year. This thing harkens back to the days of the tulip mania in the 1600s. Now, obviously, I wasn't around for that. Neither were you. But the price of tulips went up to hundreds of dollars per tulip. Guys, this is something that dies in a few days. And people were buying these things up. And I'll be honest, I think the Dogecoin phenomenon is more stupid than buying tulips at $100+. But why is it so appealing to so many people? Well, because it's trading at pennies. People are saying, I can buy so much more. I look at Bitcoin, it's at $64,000. I can't buy a whole Bitcoin. But they see Dogecoin and they said, oh, I can buy a lot of Dogecoin. And what if it happens to become as valuable as a Bitcoin? And they start thinking, well, I'd be worth billions of dollars. And a lot of people are doing this thinking that they're going to get rich. And I always tell people, don't start trading stocks, even though that's the reason why we all get into stocks. Don't make that your primary focus, trying to get rich, because you're going to be sorely disappointed when you become incredibly poor. Because you start taking on these incredible risks. And Dogecoin is one of the riskiest out there right now. It doesn't matter if it's trading at 30 cents. If you put $10,000 in Dogecoin at 30 cents or $5,000 per Dogecoin, it's still the same risk if that volatility is there. And that volatility is ridiculous. You're going to experience swings of 30, 40, 50%. Just the previous day, it went up 200%. And when the crowd is piling into everything, they're wrong. When the crowd is doing something in the stock market, they're the ones that ultimately get burnt. The masses don't win in the stock market. I know everybody's saying this is going to the moon. We're taking back Wall Street. It's time for the little guy to win. And I hope you do. But in the reality of it, I know that you won't, because the masses always lose. Because when the masses become too piled into something, the market will correct itself. And we're getting to that point here very fast. The market's about ready to correct itself on this Dogecoin and cryptocurrency phenomenon. I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that the stock market has been trading a lot more sideways of late rather than having these smoking hot gains off of the March lows that we saw last year. Instead, we're getting a lot of 2 up, 1 down, 2 up, 1 down, kind of like a 2 steps forward, 1 step back kind of a thing, where people are just not making the kind of money in the stock market that they were before. So what do? They're trying to go where the volatility is. They see the crowd moving to Dogecoin. That's where they're going into. They don't even know what Dogecoin does. You can't even use it anywhere. But their hopes is, it's going to go mainstream. It already is mainstream, and there's really not any applications for it. And let's be honest, too. A lot of the hype behind it is because of Elon Musk. Elon Musk keeps tweeting about it. He thinks it's hilarious. The guy doesn't care if it goes up or down. But for you guys that are investing money that for some of you probably can't afford to lose, you do care. And when this thing does come tumbling down, it's going to cost you a lot of money. Because you got to manage the risk. It doesn't matter if you're in stocks, if you're in crypto, if you're in Dogecoin. You got to manage the risk. And these pump and ups, they're going to go way up, and then they're going to come down faster than you ever imagined. And you thought it was hard as Dogecoin was going up to be able to get into the stock. Wait until you try to get out of it. There's no doubt in my mind that the COVID has played a huge role in the success of the cryptocurrencies. People are at home. They're getting their $1,400 stimmy checks. They have multiple kids. They're getting multiple checks. Then on top of that, if you're unemployed, you're getting an extra $300 a week. Guys, I mean, people are making a lot of money off of not working right now. And what do? They're putting it somewhere, and they're going after the Dogecoin because they're just trying to make more money off of the free money they've already got. And I can't really go anywhere without hearing somebody talk about Dogecoin. It's going to $1. That's what they'll all say. But that's going to be one heck of a resistance to break through if it even gets close to that. And for y'all's sake, I hope it does. But the reality of it, it's going to struggle. So you're crazy if you're not taking profits along the way. Take some profits. Raise those stop losses. Have a line in the sand to say, okay, if it goes down to this level here, I'm out. The one thing that's for sure, whether you're trading anything, cryptos, bonds, stocks, anything, prices will go up and prices will go down after you get out. You can't do nothing about that. But what you want to do is be able to get the lion's share of a move. And after you get out, if it continues to go up, then so be it. Okay, you had a good run out of it, move on. But so many people right now, they're not going to get out. Why? Because they always think that they can get out at the top, which they can't. And they're worried about that people are going to keep making money after they get out, and they psychologically can't handle that. I have had so many trades that I've gone out, and it just keeps on going up, and that's okay because I did my trade. I made the right moves. I executed, and I moved my money to a new trade. But so many people can't handle that concept. This is it for them. This is the big thing. This is their whale of a moment. They got to hit it big. And when you do that, you're taking on incredible amounts of risk, and you're going to lose incredibly in the long term. Remember, the masses don't succeed in the stock market. The masses will lose. And if you're part of the mass that's going into this Dogecoin, know that most of you guys will lose at this. So be different. Take some profits along the way. Know where you're going to get out if you're already in it. And if you're going to get in it, know where you're going to get out before you ever do. That's the way that you succeed in the stock market. Having a risk plan. Knowing how to manage the risk on all your trades. If you enjoyed this video, I encourage you to check out my YouTube membership channel down below. Just click on join. It's going to give you all sorts of information. With it, you're going to get all of my market research that I provide each and every day. That's going to include my bullish and bearish watch lists, my daily trade setups, and on top of that, you're going to get weekly updates on all the FANG stocks. That's Facebook, Amazon, Apple, Netflix, and Google. Plus, I'm going to throw in Microsoft and Tesla as well, and you're going to get multiple updates each week on the S&P 500, the NASDAQ 100, and the Russell 2000. So check that out below. And make sure to like and subscribe to this channel. That helps me out tremendously with growing this channel. And leave me in the comments below. Are you in Dogecoin right now? What are you going to do with it? I want to hear about it. I want to engage and have a discussion with you guys down in the comments below. So let me know what's your plans with Dogecoin. I know some of the things that I've said, it's not going to be happily received because you guys want to be right. And I hope that you are right. But you got to know that there's risk involved in all this stuff. And you don't want to be caught with your pants down. Thank you guys, and God bless.